The next thing we're going to take a look at is the front derailleur. It has the same basic adjustments. You've got the high and low limit screws and cable tension. What I'm going to do is relieve cable tension on this derailleur by loosening the cable out of the clamp. Make sure that that we're down in the lowest gear. And at this point, I'm going to shift into the biggest cog on your cassette and check the low limit screw. By moving this limit screw, I can control how close the inner cage of the front derailleur is to the chain. And what you want to do is leave about a millimeter and a half between the inner cage and the chain when you have it in your lowest gear in the rear derailleur. If you have that low limit screw set correctly, what you can do is go ahead and clamp the derailleur cable back into the derailleur. Once you've done that, go ahead and give it a shift and see if it jumps up. You notice it did hesitate when I shifted up. What that means is that you usually need a little bit more cable tension. Usually you'll have a barrel adjuster on the down tube of your frame. And what you can do is turn that barrel adjuster counterclockwise, just a few clicks, and you can physically feel the cable tension on the derailleur cable down here, and just make sure that that's pulled tight. You don't want it to be dangling, or else you won't get enough cable tension to pull the derailleur into the next gear. Go ahead and give it another click, and you'll notice it shifts right up. The next step is to take your rear derailleur down into your highest gear, or the smallest cog, and take a look at the high limit screw on your front derailleur. You want to make sure that you've got just as much clearance between the outside cage and the chain when you're in the biggest chain ring on your front derailleur. If not, you can adjust the limit screw on the top to make sure that you have about a millimeter to a millimeter and a half of clearance between the outside cage and the chain at this point. Once you've done that, your derailleur should shift up and down without dropping your chain pretty flawlessly.